starting this video by singing, but then, and the lyrics of the song would have been, I will be breaking some tables today, I will be breaking some tables today. I apologize if it be on the table that I'll be breaking today, but I just forgot that might be misinterpreted, so let's just cut it out. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about purity culture, virginity, myths, and of course lessons to be learned. And I hope you enjoy. Welcome to my YouTube channel about life, love, law, and light. Enjoy. Quickly to the topic for today. Well, we have a working definition for this purpose, although I feel like it's a very limited definition. For this purpose, we'll just be talking about penile vaginal intercourse, sexual intercourse, and poetry culture. All the antecedents and all the things attached to it are immaterial. I will be talking about 5 things. Yes, I like 5, the number 5. I'll be talking about 5 things where I'd like to emphasize on. Number one, top of the list, and yes, it has to do with female virginity, is the hymen is not conclusive proof of virginity. In fact, the hymen is not proof of virginity. The hymen is a thin, or in some instances, fleshy, thin flesh or thin membrane present at the vaginal opening. Simple definition. It has nothing to do with whether or not someone is sexually active. Various changes happen with the hymen over time. I'm going slow with this part. Now, by implication, not all women bleed the first time they have sex. By implication, not all women bleed the first time they have sex. Not all women hurt the first time they have sex. I am tired of hearing all these stories painted for young girls from childhood. You put your wedding night, white dress, white bed sheet on the bed so that you now bleed. Are you trying to kill an animal? If you bleed, oh well, it happened. If you don't bleed, oh well, it didn't happen. And that's why I find virginity sex so misguided and intrusive and a breach of privacy. It's so wrong. And one of my points will eventually dwell on this a bit. But moving on from that, the very idea, some people want to ask me, okay, how then will you know that a woman is a virgin if she does not bleed? If a woman tells you she's a virgin, believe her. If a woman tells you she's a virgin, believe her. Why would she need to lie? Well, if she needs to lie, it's because of the same shame and purity culture we are talking about. If a man tells you he's a virgin, won't you believe him? And if you don't believe him, it ends there. If you don't believe her, it ends there. You don't need any extra proof for her to be shown that she's a virgin. To teach other people, it's very wrong to put those ideas. So men are expecting a cow slaughtered on the bed when they have sex with a virgin the first time, or expect you to be in pains, unbearable pains, when it doesn't have to be like that. Even when the hymen is intact, the hymen can be broken, the hymen can reduce over time hormonally. Different explanations. There are different types of hymens. All women don't look the same way all men don't look the same. So it's one myth I decided to address in this stuff. Different women, different experiences. It's an attempt to suppress female sexuality, and I think that's very wrong. I read a story, another story. I read a story online, and this woman was saying that she thought she was a virgin until she married. Then she discovered she was not a virgin. So her husband told her that she had deceived him, she had lied to him, and she said she was confused. She did not know how she lost her virginity because her definition of virginity was so tied intricately to bleeding. Please stop these things. Number 2, virginity is not equal to purity. You could literally be a murderer, a liar, a cheat, a thief, but just because you've not had sex, you think you're pure. Nah, fam, that's not how it works. Generally speaking, as a general rule, you're not better than any other Christian just because you've not had sex. You're just somebody who has not had sex. The same way some people have not stolen, some people have not smoked before, some people have not tasted alcohol before. They are just people who have not tasted alcohol before. They are not spectacular people. Yes, it takes some amount of restraint not to have sex, but that doesn't make you better than other people. I noticed a lot of condescending attitude holier than thou attitude that a lot of people put on when it comes to speaking to people who they believe are sexually. That's why the way they treat girls that get pregnant out of wedlock, because I mean, pregnancy is usually, all things being equal, evidence of sexual intercourse. So the way they treat people who they found is very confusing. What makes you better than that person? So I think that's one thing we should just, purity culture is so strange. A girl could literally be, everything is going well for her in her life, and just because she has had sex, she doesn't have value again. The state of your genitalia is not your value. It's not something that takes from your value. Number 3, you do not own your children's genitalia. I know this one is a very controversial, but that's why I don't like shame culture. Shame culture travels from parents. For a man who says he's defending his honor, so his daughter has to keep her virginity for her husband as a sign that they have raised her properly, so that she can be presented to that husband. Churches will suspend parents when they find out that a full adult got pregnant. How does that have to do with the parents, for God's sake? There's only much that a parent can do, and because your children are full human beings that can make their decisions themselves. So parents should not be shamed when their children are shamed. Stop shaming children. I already made that clear, but stop shaming parents with the children. Also, don't be so fixated on taking praise for your children's decisions to take stages. If you share the same moral values, share the same belief system, end of discussion. I think this is number 4. Sex is not dirty. I don't understand people and the magic they expect to happen. You tell children for most of their lives, that sex is dirty, run away. You never explain what sex is. That's why a lot of children would have been involved in sexual activity before they even realize what sex is, because I mean, they're exposed to a lot. So by the time they're even teaching them what sex is, it's too late, because they are sexually active kids. A lot of parents tried, but a lot of parents have also failed in this. Sex is not dirty. The circumstances you can have sex might be improper, might be wrong, but sex in itself, like water, is not dirty. You can drink water from a dirty bottle. It doesn't make water a generally bad thing. That is why I've seen people struggle with postmarital switch. After telling somebody for 24, 25 years, 20 years, 30-something years of their life to stay away from sex because sex is bad, all of a sudden they're expected to be the sexy, amazing wife that can easily remove underwear, or the husband that can easily super initiate sex. That's not how it works. If you're going to tell people to wait till marriage, tell them whatever their decision may be is their business, but to lie to them, you have framed an ideology in their head about what sex should be. And the final one, which is not so popular, but I'll still be saying, is you cannot lose your virginity to rape. You cannot teach people that they should keep themselves, making it seem as something that they have total control about, and also concurrently teach people that keeping themselves is immaterial if somebody comes in and takes whatever they are keeping from them. No, you can't. It doesn't work. The definition of virginity as we have it and the way conversations go now exclude people whose first introduction to sexual activity was things they did not consent to. So I'm telling you today, if you're somebody whose first introduction to sex was with somebody, was rape or sexual assault was some means of some ridiculous circumstance that you had no control over, you have not lost your virginity. Virginity is so subjective and fluid. You have a decision subsequently to decide if you want to have sex after that. Whether or not having sex will not be within wedlock for you, it is your business. But do not define your first instance to sexual activity, your first introduction to sexual activity, as that occurrence of rape, as that occurrence of something bad. Because a lot of people, that's why I don't like terminologies like defilement of children. It's still in a lot of our laws. The child is not defiled. The rapist is the evil person that defiled themselves, not the child. Sex is not dirty. Sex does not, because in primary school, I had friends who were going through horrible things. Primary school, and I was the one explaining to them what they had just gone through, because I was privy to have had access to such information from my parents. A lot of children are so lost and confused, and they grow up with this confusion. And which is why I tell people the abstinence-only ideology is nice. You can teach people about abstinence, but you have to teach them about other means of protection. Your children will definitely find out about sex. They would. It was even better in my time that you tell a child, if you get pregnant, if you touch a man, you get pregnant. I think we should just effortfully try to do better with purity culture. Balance teaching boys and girls mutually. That's very important. You can't keep teaching girls about sexual activity and tell girls to wait till marriage, and you're not telling boys the same thing. I mean, who are the boys sleeping with? Just ask yourself. Think about it. Who are the boys sleeping with if it's not your daughters? To be honest. So I'm not shaming virgins here. I just don't think because you're a virgin you're better than everybody else. Nope. Because you are a virgin you're automatically good, you're automatically pure. No, I could be a virgin and poison everybody in the room. So the idea of virginity is flawed. It's misogynistic. Purity culture in itself is misogynistic. I don't like it. I don't like when messages are pushed around that idea. And finally, the paper analogy. Let me do that. See, people describe sex like it is this paper. A human being is this paper. Every time you have sex, you give a little bit of yourself. A little bit of yourself, a little bit of yourself, a little bit of yourself, a little bit of yourself. A little bit of yourself and you have nothing left for yourself. I don't like the analogy. You should learn to teach better values and better morals without shaming people, without fear mongering. Give people the information they need. Teach them the pros and cons. Teach them the benefits. Teach them why they should wait. Don't just talk about sex vaguely. Define what sex is. Let them know what exactly they are up against or up for. And if your child decides to wait to marriage, all good, great. If your child doesn't decide to wait to marriage, all good, great. They're still your children. It should not affect love or their value. Their value is not between their legs. It never was in between their legs. So I'm just going to go over all the 5 points. Number 1, the hymen. Bleeding at first sexual intercourse is not compulsory. The hymen is not conclusive proof of virginity. It's not even proof to me at all. Number 2, virginity is not equal to purity. It's not equal to holiness. It's not equal to righteousness. Jesus is the only sign of holiness. And I should add, what is more important than virginity? What is more important than chastity and purity and the fruits of the spirit? You see all those fruits of the spirit, you can be a virgin and not have them. And that's wrong. And that's very wrong. Number 3, you do not own your children's genitalia. Number 4, sex is not dirty. Number 5, you cannot lose your virginity truly. That's very arguable. But I'm not, that number 5, I'm not here to argue. I'm just here to tell people that nobody took anything from you when they raped you. You have full access of your body. I hope nobody ever, it's such a horrible experience. I hope people don't have to experience it and then start struggling with whether or not they are whole. You are whole on your growth or development in life. That being said, please stop teaching girls that virginity is what we give them. It's a lie. It's a lie. Waiting till marriage, wait for yourself. It's a gift to yourself, not the man. Not to tell people mutual waiting is the best type of waiting, to be honest. Because I don't get it. A lot of girls get into expectations. They get with expectations in marriage, and they're not confused when after the waiting somebody is cheating on them. Say to them that that's where it ends. After you waited and you start to have sex after marriage, good. That's all. It's good. Whatever extra benefits you're expecting are not do or die situations. They are not either or situations. They are not conclusive. They are not absolute. I hope somebody was able to learn, and I hope this blessed somebody. This is so churchy. I just churchy because we have church at home. I love you guys. I will talk to you some other time. Bye. Hi guys, you know the drill. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. I'd like to see your comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.